Hello everyone. In this video, we'll clear your myths and doubts about GRE. And to enlighten us, we have with us Mr. Prashant Himnani, Managing Director of the Globalizers Indore, which is one of the leaders for foreign education in Central India. So, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Aditya.
We have a lot of questions for you today.
I'm all set to answer them.
Yeah. And starting with the first question, what GRE is all about?
Aditya, GRE is one exam that one has to take if one wants to pursue masters from outside India, preferably United States, and many other countries accept GRE as one of their admission criteria.
The next question goes, I've heard that there are various sections in the GRE. So can you elaborate what the section are about?
Okay, GRE is majorly contains three sections: verbal, mathematics, and analytical writing. And verbal is more about comprehension and vocabulary. Mathematics is a simple 10th level mathematics, very fundamental mathematics is being asked in the exam. And writing, there's an essay tasks which are given to you where they check that whether you are able to present your ideas in an organized written fashion. So GRE mainly has three sections: verbal, quant, and analytical writing.
Is there any eligibility criteria for giving GRE?
Yeah, it's a common question that people ask us, that what is the eligibility criteria for GRE? So as such, GRE has no eligibility criteria, right? People think that they should have this much of percentage to take GRE. Some people think that if they don't have such and such profile, like a lot of research papers, and so anybody who wants to study outside India, specifically in United States, I think they should take GRE irrespective of their profiles.
Okay. So if a student has a 56% in that higher secondary or senior secondary examination, so is it fine to have a score on going to the United States?
Again, a common misconception here that a lot of the students think that if they have a lesser percentage, universities are outrightly going to reject them, and the case is absolutely not like that. When you apply in outside India, in the Western universities, even in the Australia, even in US, even in Canada, they look at the they look at the candidate in a very holistic fashion, right? So if you had a low GRE score, or if you had a high academics, one can compensate the other, right? You need to prove your academic ability, which can somehow convince them that you will be successful while you pursue your master's or PhD. So to sum up, one should never think that if they have less percentage or backlogs or even SEM back, right? These students can still take GRE and get a high GRE score, and universities would be convinced in order to admit them.
And when one thinks of taking GRE, so what is the right time to start preparing for it?
That's a great question, Aditya. There is no right time to take GRE. And I would always been saying to each and every student that the best time to take GRE is as soon as possible, because I must tell all of you guys that GRE is valid for 5 years. So you should use this validity period to your advantage. So for example, if an engineering student clears GRE in second year, he has a lot of other time to pursue other activities in third year and fourth year. He can concentrate on academics, he can build his profile, he can go for research papers, some trainings. So I always say that never ever think that it's just in third year we start looking for the entrance examination. Idea for GRE is as soon as possible.
Okay, when we should definitely start preparing for GRE while we are in college. So how easy it is to manage GRE preparation along with the university exam preparation?
Great. Students and specifically parents are worried about this aspect, that if they engage themselves in other activities like GRE or any other entrance, will they be able to manage with the academics and the college studies or not? My answer to is GRE, the kind of exam it is, right? Even the classroom has to be a thrice a week model, right? And you don't need to involve lot of time while you prepare for GRE. A consistent 1 hour, 2 hour on daily basis for a period of 5 to 6 months, I think it is easily manageable with college studies. So I always say that there is no point in thinking that we'll finish our engineering and then we'll start preparing for GRE or any other entrance examination, which ultimately results in a loss of almost 1 year. It's like a drop. So one can manage GRE with college studies, as simple as that.
Yeah. And recently, many of my seniors and my classmates are like they are preferring a new course called Management Information Systems. So what is all about?
Management information system, it's one of the most popular courses these days. We all know that while we are doing our engineering or any other degree, we always have similar masters in that same field. Like if you're from computer science, you can always do a master's in computer science. If you're in electronics, you can always do a master's of electronics. But when it comes to a lot of the students, they have this idea that they're not very interested in technical, right? So there is very popular degree, a new skill set, management information system. It gives students an orientation of techno managerial skill set, where they learn business courses and where they learn technical courses, and how these two integrate, and that results in subjects like business intelligence, subjects like IT project management, subjects like database management. So MIS is a very hot field at this point of time, and on a similar line there is very popular upcoming field, business analytics. So we all have heard about big data these days. It's one of the hot words. So even analytics is a very famous course, and this is also an amalgamation of technical plus managerial courses. So MIS is for everybody who doesn't want to continue in hardcore technical domain and they want to make a move towards something techno managerial. So you become a business intelligence consultant, right? You become a technology consultant, and it's a great course. So I advise everyone to get themselves as much as aware as possible about MIS degree.
If someone wants to go get an admit into a core MBA program into a university, so is GR helpful for this?
We can get into an MBA program through GRE, because GRE in the last 3-4 years has penetrated a lot of business schools. So earlier there was only one entrance examination which B school used to ask for, and that was GMAT. Lot of B school, not all, Aditya, not all, but almost 60 to 70% of them speak a language as GRE or GMAT. So if somebody has a GRE score, I think, and if the B school that they are aiming, and those B schools accept, GRE as a part of their admission criteria, they can apply to that particular B school. So with GRE we can go for an MBA.
So how the GMAT preparation is different from the GRE preparation?
I think the way to both are very popular exams, GRE and GMAT, right? Exam patterns are almost altogether different, right? Somewhere there is some similarity in verbal, there is some similarity in the quant, but overall I would always say that GMAT is a slightly a tougher exam than GRE, and one has to decide that what exam they want to pursue, what is going to give them maximum benefit, whether it will be GRE or GMAT. So I think GRE versus GMAT is a very common misconception, right? However, GMAT is purely for those people who just want to focus an MBA from a top business school, and specifically for those who have a lot of work experience, right? So 2 to 3 years of work experience that you have, you can give GMAT and go for an MBA.
So going for an MBA program through GRE doesn't require work experience?
No. It's never like the case. MBA needs work experience irrespective of you apply with GRE or with GMAT. Doesn't make a difference. It's just that if somebody prefers GRE as a pattern, they can give GRE, right? There are some sections in GMAT which students find a lot tougher, so they can move towards GRE, right? But my advice to all of you, if you're just looking for an MBA, GMAT would still be a preferred choice over GRE.
So now that if one has taken GRE, so what are the next steps one should follow for getting an admit into a university?
Great. Once you have your GRE scores ready, once you have your English test scores, that would be either IELTS or TOEFL. Once these both scores are ready, and once your academics till 6 semesters or pre-final year is all set, then universities are finalized out there. So based on your entire profile, which includes academics, projects, GRE, TOEFL, and everything that you have in your profile, extracurricular activities, universities are being finalized, and the next process is to apply in those universities, which are most of the cases they're online applications, right? So any university, you have to fill up online applications. You have to decide universities, for you very judiciously, so that you can get an admit. So you apply to some, long shots, you apply to some moderate, you apply to some safe universities. So you apply, and then once you've done the application, within 3-4 months, you get to know where the scholarships you've got, where the admissions you've got, and you finalize one university and you go for the visa.
Oh yeah, like I've heard that studying into a foreign country can cost like really high on your wallet. So like what are the financial background one should have for doing and studying abroad?
This is probably one of the best questions probably I would answer, and people always ask us that what is that amount of money minimum one has to have when it comes to study abroad. And a lot of people don't even consider studying abroad because they have presumed in their minds that you need to have 40 lakhs, you need to have 50 lakhs, to pursue studies abroad. The answer is you don't have to think about financials primarily. The idea and the knowledge that we tell everyone, that there are scholarships which are available. One has to have a good GRE score or otherwise a good profile to get that required funding, and there are a lot of tools available. So there is no fixed parameter that one has to have 20 lakhs to study abroad, there has to have 40 lakhs to study abroad. It is unanswerable. You can't answer this actually. So there's no fixed amount required, because a lot of people who came to us with minimal budgets like 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, we were able to send them to states with scholarship, and they hardly spent anything on their graduate studies. So one has to be very clear that do not get into this myth that every time you need to have a lot of money when it comes to studying outside India. Try for good scores and you can get a lot of scholarships.
Yeah, and another doubt that GRE aspirants face is that what is a GRE score that they must have for getting into a university? Like something that 300 is a good score, something that 310, and then there are 315 and 320 and so on. So what is a good GRE score for getting a topmost universities, or top 50 or top 100?
Yeah, I would again say that there is no cutoff for GRE. People think that if they don't have 320, they cannot apply to a good university. Some people think that if they don't have 330, and if they have given GRE and they don't have a score of 330, they stop considering applying to universities. While the truth is, commonsensically have as good GRE score as possible. And as a trainer for GRE for years, the way I believe, almost an average student can easily get 320, which is considered as a very good GRE score, right? So 320, 325, 330s put you in a very healthy zone, right? But if you do not have a good GRE score, let's say you have a 295, for example, which doesn't sound a good GRE score at all. If you have a 300 GRE score, do consult experts and let them know that this is their GRE score, and can still they get admission into a decent university. So having a low GRE score doesn't write you off at all, right? But yeah, ideally as a trainer, I want my students to score 325, 330s. So that's how it is.
Now that we have a good profile, a good GRE score, so what does the admission and the application process goes? Like, how do we apply to a university? Having the SOPs and those different terms.
Yeah, there are majorly three important components when you apply to the university. One is your academic track record. So you need to get your transcripts done from your university. Second, your GRE scores. So you forward your GRE scores officially from ets.org or gre.org, and same goes with the TOEFL or the IELTS, whichever English test you have given. Then you ask your professors or supervisors or somebody who has supervised your project to write letters of recommendations for you. So a minimum 2 and maximum 3 or 4 recommendations are required depending on the university and the program that you're applying. And apart from letters of recommendation, there's a very important component of your application is a statement of purpose. So because they cannot talk to you, they usually don't interview you, they would like to read you through an essay. So it's like your mirror. So what you have done, why you're applying to this university, what is your purpose of applying, how, why this university you want to come to. So all these things combined in a very coherently written essay for 1.5 to 2 pages. So transcripts, letter recommendation, and a statement of purpose, and then you send them through their university's official application page, and then they receive what application is all about.
Yeah. So that's all for today, and thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs. And
It's my pleasure, Aditya, to be here, and I highly appreciate Literary Club for doing such kind of wonderful activities, and you guys should continue such efforts in making students aware.
yeah, definitely, sir. And I would like to thank our audience, and also stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.
Thank you.